about Fast and Furious, baby. Fast and Furious 9. The biggest opening of the pandemic so far. F9, the 9th installment in the popular Fast and Furious franchise, doesn't open in U.S. theaters until June 25th, but it's already off to a hot start at the international box office. The film, which stars Vin Diesel as Dominic Toretto, a streetcar racer turned master thief turned super spy turned, let's face it, superhero.
Future superhero.
Right, future superhero. Took in $162 million internationally this last weekend. Of that total, $135 million came from China. Jeez. The biggest movie market in the world. Except
they love them some Fast and Furious in China. I think in this case, they honestly probably released there first because China really does do well for them. And maybe being able to wait a little longer into June gives them a better chance, because we're still trying to figure out the whole COVID situation here and going back to movies. And I think they probably wanted to delay the launch here in the States as long as they could to get as many people into the theaters as possible that had been vaccinated and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So
I think
they went there first.
Yeah. The reason it's launching internationally this time before nationally or whatever is because I think that they are worried about COVID screwing up their release.
Yeah, I think so. So now that is not always the case. I actually looked deep, and I want to talk a little bit more about Fast and Furious, but if I can for a second, can I just tell you a little bit about movies that don't open in the United States first, that open overseas first? And
yes.
Okay. So it used to be that movies opened up overseas first because they were scared to open up stateside initially. And they would actually open it up overseas because they thought the movie wasn't going to do well in the States. And they'd open it up first over there. And they did that with quite a few movies, actually.
Oh, an easy way to develop a buzz, too. Like, if your primary market is, like, you don't got to pay for the marketing if the movie's decent and you get all kinds of buzz and keywords online. Because online's internet is everywhere, right? The whole world.
Maybe today. Maybe today. But in past years, that was not really a thing. But today, I'll tell you the real reason in a second why I think. I mean, but it's a thing now. It's happened with just a ton of movies that have been opened up that you won't even realize that opened up overseas before they opened up here. Movies like Battleship, The Huntsman.
Battleship, which was about the United States Navy.
Right, which opened up overseas first. Well, they were a little scared of that, and it didn't actually end up doing well. But, I also think that part of the reason why they're doing this is, the United States kind of sets the tone for judging a movie. So a lot of the reviews and a lot of the criticism, like if a movie's not going to make it, or a movie's going to get, shot down, it's going to happen here first. So part of me wonders if they're not releasing these movies overseas before we can make it so people overseas don't want to go see it. You know what I mean? Like they release it overseas. And then all these people have no idea what's going to happen, and they go watch it, blah, blah, blah. Then they launch it here, and then if we, take a dump on it and say it's a terrible movie, well, they've already got their overseas numbers, and they don't have to worry about our poor review reflecting on international numbers.
And we are so much more critical of movies.
We are. We're extraordinarily critical of movies. We have a high expectation, high standard, and I think that's another part of the reason. Now, some people are saying that, well, maybe it's just a better time to release movies in certain countries at certain times. Okay, I get that. But why would it be more advantageous to release in China in April versus releasing in the United States in May? May has always been a great time to release movies.
It started the blockbuster season. Yeah.
Start a blockbuster season. There's absolutely no reason why they couldn't release here in May, except for this COVID situation. It'll be interesting moving forward to look at movies and see if they continue releasing them overseas and find out exactly why that is. Because to be honest with you, I don't really like the feeling of waiting for a movie that, I really want to see and then catching little bits about it in different places. I don't want to know about this movie before I see it. And I can't help it because I'm online. And now everybody, a lot of people in the world have seen it and they're starting to share stuff.
Right.
And I know that it's always been the reverse for other countries. and they've had to deal with this. But to be honest with you, it's something that we're not used to doing.
I have one question about this movie.
What
can Dom Toretto, can he evolve once again past street racer, master thief, super spy, superhero into a trans-dimensional hero that saves the United States theater system from COVID?
Well, you're going to have to go to the movie theater to watch it because it's not releasing on streaming.
That's actually a bummer for me. Not gonna lie.
I know. See, now that's the real answer about whether movie theaters will be saved, because of people like you who would be just as happy watching at home as to go into the theater. And personally, I'm afraid I'm starting to go that way too. So,
bro, yeah. I have a giant TV. Like, it's stupid how big this TV is. And not only the size of my 4K television that is stupid big, I'm going to say it one more time, I have the immersion lights behind it.
Oh my gosh.
Which is like addressable, smart LED lights, right? Huge, like big, thick rows, right?
Yeah.
And there's a smart, like a little tiny computer that plugs into that TV, and these little tiny cameras that I've set up on the corners of the television, and basically the light changes the glow of the TV of the backlight to whatever's happening on the TV. Not like the general, but like if there's a red spot over here, it glows red. White spot glowing white. And those immersion lights are even better than when I get at theaters. Because like it's taking my already stupid big TV and it's expanding its influence to the further reaches of the room. Like when an explosion happens on this TV, it's like red and white ripples throughout my living room. And I have two subwoofers behind me.
Only you, Brian.
I have two back speakers, a center speaker, and then the surround speakers in the front. I have all the same 5.1 Dolby stuff that all the theaters give me. Probably even more bass, to be real. And then when something does explode, the whole room is awash in light. Not just what's coming out the TV, the whole room. It's like as 4D as you can get in a home theater. And I have not experienced that level in a theater yet.
Well, only you, my brother. Only you.
It's not just me. There's other people with this setup.
Okay, well, you and a few others.
You have a big TV.
I mean, but I would not go through the trouble of setting up lights into the whole thing. Oh, but that's cool that you.
Next time,
the fact that you can is probably a good reason.
Listen, next time I'm watching a movie, I'm gonna have to like record what's happening so you can fully understand what these lights do. It really adds. Yes. It adds to everything. When the gun, like, let's say someone's shooting a gun. Okay. Behind the gun is dark. In front of the gun is the muzzle flash. Well, then that side of the TV where the gun is shooting from is like, it's doing the muzzle flash, bro.
Please record it and share with all of us. We want to know.
It's so fantastic.
We got to see
the theater.
Listen, you need to get a clip before next members live show.
Thanks for watching. To see the full conversation, become a member of the Popcast family. Use the link in the description below or go to our channel and click the join button. Select your tier and we'll see you at the next show.